peaches, lemonade and rose. Someone brought a crooked blanket. Someone else forgot the cups. We found a meadow near the willows and dropped our shoes beside the grass. Before the food was even opened, we were laughing at ourselves. No photograph could catch the noise of everyone we loved back then. The picnic basket full of laughter held much more than summer food. Jokes passed quicker than the peaches. Stories tumbled one by one. Friends and lovers gathered closely, certain we'd meet every year. Emptied, but nobody was ready home. I remember grass-stained elbows, lemon spilled across the cloth, someone singing out of rhythm, your head resting near my knee. How could such a careless picnic grow so precious afterward? Some names now live in distant cities, some faces only visit dreams. Yet I can place them round that blanket, exactly where they used to sit. Pack the basket one more morning, bring the peaches, lose the cups. Let those voices fill the meadow till the willow shadows stretch. What I hunger for these days is all the laughter that we share. Heat shimmered over village roofs, and bees circled the climbing rows. I waited underneath an elm, where shade fell cool across the wall. Then from the chapel on the hill, a bronze bronze note traveled through the noon. You appeared along the pathway just before the second chime. My pulse began to count the ringing, for each note brought you closer down. The summer bell from the chapel once announced the hour to town. For me it meant your dress approaching through the brightness of July. Even now a distant steeple can awaken that first thrill. As bronze vibrations left the air, I barely heard the final ringing once your eyes had reached my own. Cicadas filled the pause between us. Heat rose softly from the stones. Affection needed nothing more than knowing you had come. Church bells have followed many Sundays across the towns where I have lived. None has ever sounded quite like that July when you walked near. Ring above the chapel garden, send that bronze note down the hill. Let me wait beneath the elm tree with my hopeful younger heart before the final echo vanishes. Let me watch you come once more. Wooden wheels roll down the slope with baskets piled above the rails. Dust lifted amber from the road as daylight thinned behind the barns. You rode atop the gathered grain. Your sleeves rolled loosely to the elbows. I walked beside the tired horse while evening settled on our shoulders. A copper horizon framed the fields. We left with dirt upon our hands. Ride slowly, old harvest wagon. Don't reach the farmhouse gate too soon. We were young beneath that sunset, rich with nothing but the day. Golden straw and turning wheels. Your tired laughter from the wagon falls across those fields once more. Youth was riding home beside us, though we never knew its name. What I miss is not the harvest nor the farmhouse down the lane. It is how little we required to feel the whole world had been kind. Roll once more through copper evening, past the stubble, past the barns. Let me walk beside that wagon where our younger shadows stretched. Everything we gathered disappeared, except the dusk we carried home. Your bicycle rested near the orchard, with its kickstand in the dust. A wicker basket on the front held apples striped with green and red. You chose the brightest from the pile and tossed it lightly toward my hands. I missed and chased it down the slope while you bent over, laughing hard. That rolling apple reached the ditch before my dignity caught up. The apple basket by your bicycle belonged to days that tasted young. Juice upon our fingertips, wind lifting strands across your face. We carried nothing very precious, yet everything felt newly found. We rode beyond the orchard rows, taking turns along the gravel lane. Whenever potholes shook the basket, another apple threatened escape. At the hilltop we dismounted and shared the bruised ones first. Below us roofs caught afternoon, and distant fields unfolded wide. How fresh the whole world seemed beside you, from that bicycle on the hill. Even imperfect fruit was sweeter after racing through the wind. Love had not yet learned its worries, it simply you. Late August rested on the orchard. Heavy fruit bent every branch. The wooden swing beneath the pear tree moved a little in the heat. You sat with both feet on the ground while I leaned back against the rope. Our conversation wandered slowly from small jokes into deeper things. Between the pauses of our talking, cicadas filled what words could not. The orchard swing in late summer moved barely underneath our weight. We spoke of roads beyond the valley, parents aging, dreams postponed. There was no need to solve tomorrow. We only listened to each other. A pear dropped softly in the grass. Neither of us turned to look. By then the shadows crossed the orchard, and cooler air came down the slope. Your voice grew softer with the daylight. Had fewer things to hide. That slow swing taught me something lasting. Being heard can feel like being held. We made no vow beneath those branches. No farewell waited at the gate. Just two people speaking gently, while summer loosened into fall. Rock once more beneath the pear tree. Through that almost autumn air, let our unfinished conversation drift between the laden rows of all the words I've heard since then. Yours are the ones that gave me rest. Descended from the pasture toward a gate of weathered pine. Its latch was stiff from years of weather, so you always lifted while I pulled. Beyond it waited two directions, one toward your house, one toward mine. We often paused before dividing, while daylight rested on the fields. Neither wanted first to leave, so conversation found new reasons. The wooden gate before sunset was where our goodbyes took too long. One more story, one more question, one more minute by the rail. Evening kept descending round us, while our feet refused to choose. One September evening, cooled enough to make you fold your arms, I offered you my cardigan. You shook your head, then took it anyway. The first farmhouse lamp appeared as swallows vanished from the fence. At last you crossed toward your pathway, then turned twice before heading home. I remember less about the walking than those pauses at the gate. How affection stretched a farewell past the ending of the day. We were learning without saying how difficult leaving could become. If that old latch could speak tonight, it might recall our lingering hands, for every journey home began only after one last backward glance. Sunday sunlight crossed the table where the linen cloth was spread. Mother brought the soup from cooking, father carved the roast nearby. In the center sat a basket filled with rolls still warm inside. You reached over with a quiet grin and broke the smallest one in two. Voices mingled round the dishes, while the clock forgot to matter. That bread basket at Sunday noon held more warmth than we could see. Passing hands and crowded elbows, stories told across the plates. Love was never something announced, it moved quietly around the table. busy Sundays, chairs pulled close on every side, someone asking for more butter, someone laughing down the hall. We were rich in ways unnoticed, simply having everyone near. Tables change and families scatter, empty places slowly grow. Now I understand that blessing was the meal we shared as one. Fill the basket one more Sunday, bring the warm rolls to the table, let familiar voices gather, till the whole house breathes again. I would trade 1,000 feasts for one more noon with all of you. Crossed the lane at 4:30, when sunlight warmed the upstairs glass. The lace moved lightly from within, and shadows wandered through the room. Then suddenly your face appeared between the flowers on the sill. You noticed me below the window and smiled before I could look down. My footsteps slowed beside the gate. I hoped you wouldn't turn away. Your smile behind the lace curtains made that narrow street feel new. White patterns floated around your face, while afternoon poured through the glass. I walked the rest of home alone, with something shining in my chest. That longer road, just for a chance to glance above. Those curtains danced on warmer days. Sometimes the window stayed untouched, but when your bright eyes met with mine, the waiting suddenly made sense. First love required so little then, a pane of glass, a passing smile. I never entered through that doorway, nor told you why I passed so often. You guessed from spring when we were young. Of everything that time has blurred, your face behind the curtain stays clear. Near the beds, with sleeves pushed past our wrists, you filled the dented watering can. I cleared the weeds around the herbs. New shoots were barely finger high, still fragile from the colder weeks. We learned which roots preferred the shade, and which ones leaned toward open sun. Day after day we tended them, without expecting much at first. The garden we watered together between the seedlings and the soil. Something tender grew in us. By June the beans climbed up their poles, wandered past its bed. You laughed to see the stubborn vines, refusing every careful plan. We ate the first tomato warm, with salt sprinkled from your palm. Neither called that garden perfect. We loved it because it was ours. I learned love can resemble tending more than fireworks in the sky. Showing up with water daily, giving roots the there was never hurried, and neither were the two of us. The garden taught me how affection leaves through countless modest stacks. You nurture what you hope will blossom, cherish whatever finally grows. After supper, when the farmhouse lamps went dark, candles held the daytime warmth. Beneath our backs and folded coats, above us hung a perfect moon, so bright the fields looked almost blue. We pointed out the brightest stars and invented names for all of them. The sleeping farm lay far below, the heavens felt within our reach. On the barn roof under full moon, we owned a kingdom made of night. The silver fields, the distant trees, a million questions overhead. We spoke of who we hoped to be, certain the world would wait for us. Shoulder close to mine. No ceiling ever felt as endless as that sky above the barn. We whispered dreams into the darkness, too young to fear where they might lead. The moon asked nothing of our future, it simply lit the night we had. We climbed down when the air grew colder, carrying our shoes beneath our arms. Neither knew those rooftop hours would someday seem like borrowed stars. Shine again above that rooftop, silver every sleeping field. Let me hear our younger voices, naming constellations wrong. We never reached those distant heavens, but for one night they felt like ours. Music from the corner, amber glow beside the bed, soft broadcast across the silence, gentle voices overhead, half closed eyes beneath the blanket, dim reflections through the dark. Still that radio beside us leaves its melodies through my thoughts. Some old evenings linger close, like faint echoes after storms. dust across the open field and sent the wheat in shining waves. You walked ahead between the rows, one hand protecting your straw bag. Then another breeze came stronger, loosening strands around your face. You tried to gather them behind you, but the wind refused to help. I slowed without explaining why, afraid the moment might pass quickly. Your hair dancing with the wind caught sunlight every time it turned. Gold below and brown above, both moving freely in the breeze. I had known your face for years. That afternoon I saw you differently. Stood a scarecrow with a faded ribbon at its neck. You borrowed it and tied your hair, then asked if you looked ridiculous. I answered much too quickly no, and felt my cheeks betray the truth. You smiled but kindly changed the subject, pointing toward the clouds ahead. I can't forget 100 summers before forgetting how you looked, standing where the wheat bent westward with that faded ribbon tie. Desire arrived without a warning, carried on an ordinary wind. Had the air been still that afternoon, perhaps my heart would have stayed quiet. But the field moved, your hair followed, and something young in me awoke. We packed the basket far too full with peaches, lemonade, and rose. Someone brought a crooked blanket. Someone else forgot the cups. We found a meadow near the willows and dropped our shoes beside the grass. Before the food was even opened, we were laughing at ourselves. No photograph could catch the noise of everyone we loved back then. The picnic basket full of laughter held much more than summer food. Jokes passed quicker than the peaches. Stories tumbled one by one. lovers gathered closely, certain we'd meet every year. Emptied, but nobody was ready home. I remember grass-stained elbows, lemon spilled across the cloth, someone singing out of rhythm, your head resting near my knee. How could such a careless picnic grow so precious afterward? Some names now live in distant cities, some faces only visit dreams. Yet I can place them round that blanket, exactly where they used to sit. Pack the basket one more morning, bring the peaches, lose the cups. Let those voices fill the meadow, till the willow shadows stretch. What I hunger for these days is all the laughter that we share. Heat shimmered over village roofs, and bees circled the climbing rows. I waited underneath an elm, where shade fell cool across the wall. Then from the chapel on the hill, a bronze note traveled through the noon. You appeared along the pathway just before the second chime. My pulse began to count the ringing, for each note brought you closer down. The summer bell from the chapel once announced the hour to town. For me it meant your dress approaching through the brightness of July. Even now a distant steeple can awaken that first thrill. We met beneath the elm tree shade, once your eyes had reached my own. Cicadas filled the pause between us. Heat rose softly from the stones. Young affection needed nothing more than knowing you had come. Church bells have followed many Sundays across the towns where I have lived. None has ever sounded quite like that July when you walked near. Ring above the chapel garden, send that bronze note down the hill. Let me wait beneath the elm tree with my hopeful younger heart before the final echo vanishes. Let me watch you come once more. Wooden wheels roll down the slope with baskets piled above the rails. Dust lifted amber from the road as daylight thinned behind the barns. You rode atop the gathered grain. Your sleeves rolled loosely to the elbows. I walked beside the tired horse while evening settled on our shoulders. A copper horizon framed the fields. We left with dirt upon our hands. Ride slowly, old harvest wagon. Don't reach the farmhouse gate too soon. We were young beneath that sunset, rich with nothing but the day. Golden straw and turning wheels carried more than crops that evening. One distant crow crossed fading red. Your silhouette leaned toward the west. I can taste the dusty twilight, hear the harness gently chime. Your tired laughter from the wagon falls across those fields once more. Youth was riding home beside us, though we never knew its name. What I miss is not the harvest nor the farmhouse down the lane. It is how little we required to feel the whole world had been kind. Roll once more through copper stubble past the barns. Let me walk beside that wagon where our younger shadows stretched. Everything we gathered disappeared, except the dusk we carried home. Your bicycle rested near the orchard, with its kickstand in the dust. A wicker basket on the front held apples striped with green and red. You chose the brightest from the pile and tossed it lightly toward my hands. I missed and chased it down the slope while you bent over, laughing hard. That rolling apple reached the ditch before my dignity caught up. The apple basket by your bicycle belonged to days that tasted young. Juice upon our fingertips, wind lifting strands across your face. We carried nothing very precious, yet everything felt newly found. We rode beyond the orchard rows, taking turns along the gravel lane. Whenever potholes shook the basket, another apple threatened escape. At the hilltop we dismounted and shared the bruised ones first. Below us roofs caught afternoon, and distant fields unfolded wide. How fresh the whole world seemed beside you. From that bicycle on the hill, even imperfect fruit was sweeter after racing through the wind. Love had not yet learned its worries, it simply rode wherever we did. I would not ask for youth forever, or change the roads that followed us. Just give me one bright apple and that uphill ride beside you. rested on the orchard. Heavy fruit bent every branch. The wooden swing beneath the pear tree moved a little in the heat. You sat with both feet on the ground while I leaned back against the rope. Our conversation wandered slowly from small jokes into deeper things. Between the pauses of our talking, cicadas filled what words could not. The orchard swing in late summer moved barely underneath our weight. We spoke of roads beyond the valley, parents aging, dreams postponed. There was no need to solve tomorrow. We only listened to each other. A pear dropped softly in the grass. Neither of us turned to look. By then the shadows crossed the orchard, and cooler air came down the slope. Your voice grew softer with the daylight. Had fewer things to hide. That slow swing taught me something lasting. Being heard can feel like being held. We made no vow beneath those branches. No farewell waited at the gate. Just two people speaking gently while summer loosened into fall. Rock once more beneath the pear tree. Through that almost autumn air, let our unfinished conversation drift between the laden rows of all the words I've heard since then. Yours are the ones that gave me rest. Descended from the pasture toward a gate of weathered pine. Its latch was stiff from years of weather, so you always lifted while I pulled. Beyond it waited two directions, one toward your house, one toward mine. We often paused before dividing, while daylight rested on the fields. Neither wanted first to leave, so conversation found new head, then took it anyway. The first farmhouse lamp appeared as swallows vanished from the fence. At last you crossed toward your pathway, then turned twice before heading home. I remember less about the walking than those pauses at the gate, how affection stretched a farewell past the ending of the day. We were learning without saying how difficult leaving could become. If that old latch could speak tonight, it might recall our lingering hands, for every journey home began only after one last backward glance. Sunday sunlight crossed the table where the linen cloth was spread. Mother brought the soup from cooking, Father carved the roast nearby. In the center sat a basket filled with rolls still warm inside. You reached over with a quiet grin and broke the smallest one in two. Voices mingled round the dishes while the clock forgot to matter. That bread basket at Sunday noon held more warmth than we could see. Passing hands and crowded elbows, stories told across the plates. Love was never something announced, it moved quietly around the table. After lunch we stayed together long beyond the final cup. How I miss those noisy Sundays, chairs pulled close on every side, someone asking for more butter, someone laughing down the hall. We were rich in ways unnoticed, simply having everyone near. Tables change and families scatter, empty places slowly grow. Now I understand that blessing was the meal we shared as one. Fill the basket one more Sunday, bring the warm rolls to the table. Let familiar voices gather till the whole house breathes nights again. I would trade 1,000 feasts for one more noon with all of you. Crossed the lane at 4:30 when sunlight warmed the upstairs glass. The lace moved lightly from within, and shadows wandered through the room. Then suddenly your face appeared between the flowers on the sill. You noticed me below the window and smiled before I could look down. My footsteps slowed beside the gate. I hoped you wouldn't turn away. Your smile behind the lace curtains made that narrow street feel new. White patterns floated around your face while afternoon poured through the glass. I walked the rest of home alone, with something shining in my chest. Just for a chance to glance above. Those curtains danced on warmer days. Sometimes the window stayed untouched, but when your bright eyes met with mine, the waiting suddenly made sense. First love required so little then, a pane of glass, a passing smile. I never entered through that doorway, nor told you why I passed so often. Perhaps you guessed from how I lingered. Perhaps you never knew at all. Open that upstairs window gently. Let the lace rise in the air. Give me one more shy expression from the spring when we were young. Of everything that time has blurred, your face behind the curtain stays clear. beds with sleeves pushed past our wrists. You filled the dented watering can. I cleared the weeds around the herbs. New shoots were barely finger high, still fragile from the colder weeks. We learned which roots preferred the shade and which ones leaned toward open sun. Day after day we tended them without expecting much at first. The garden we watered together grew quietly beneath our care. A little patience every morning, a little kindness after dusk. Between the seedlings and the soil, something tender grew in us. By June the beans climbed up their poles, and mint had wandered past its bed. You laughed to see the stubborn vines refusing every careful plan. We ate the first tomato warm, with salt sprinkled from your palm. Neither called that garden perfect. We loved it because it was ours. I learned love can resemble tending more than fireworks in the sky. Showing up with water daily, giving roots the room they need. What flourished there was never hurried, and neither were the two of us. The garden taught me how affection leaves through countless modest acts. You nurture what you hope will blossom, then cherish whatever finally grows. We climbed the ladder after supper, when the farmhouse lamps went dark. The shingles held the daytime warmth beneath our backs and folded coats. Above us hung a perfect moon, so bright the fields looked almost blue. We pointed out the brightest stars and invented names for all of them. The sleeping farm lay far below, the heavens felt within our reach. On the barn roof under full moon, we owned a kingdom made of night. clover fields, the distant trees, a million questions overhead. We spoke of who we hoped to be, certain the world would wait for us. Whispered dreams into the darkness, too young to fear where they might lead. The moon asked nothing of our future, it simply lit the night we had. We climbed down when the air grew colder, carrying our shoes beneath our arms. Neither knew those rooftop hours would someday seem like borrowed stars. Shine again above that rooftop, silver every sleeping field. Let me hear our younger voices, naming constellations wrong. We never reached those distant heavens, but for one night they felt like ours. Music from the corner, amber glow beside the bed, soft broadcast across the silence, gentle voices overhead, half closed eyes beneath a blanket, dim reflections through the dark. Still that radio beside us leaves its melodies through my thoughts. Some old evenings linger close, like faint echoes after storms. is near. Across the open field and sent the wheat in shining waves. You walked ahead between the rows, one hand protecting your straw bag. Then another breeze came stronger, loosening strands around your face. You tried to gather them behind you, but the wind refused to help. I slowed without explaining why, afraid the moment might pass quickly. Your hair dancing with the wind caught sunlight every time it turned. Gold below and brown above, both moving freely in the breeze. I had known your face for years. That afternoon I saw you differently. Stood a scarecrow with a faded ribbon at its neck. You borrowed it and tied your hair, then asked if you looked ridiculous. I answered much too quickly no, and felt my cheeks betray the truth. You smiled but kindly changed the subject, pointing toward the clouds ahead. I can't forget 100 summers before forgetting how you looked, standing where the wheat bent westward.